How's it going, boys? These these jackasses are making me watch football. I don't want to watch football. Get me out of here, man. Get me out of here. What's this, penalty or something? Putting his hand up like this? Is this a Black Lives Matter thing? I don't think so. Tough cookie announcement? True. We're getting Kayla Harrison Nunez. Maybe. I don't know. Father Scab, brother. I know, dude. It's been kind of crazy. Even though it's not technically like the average cryptos game, it's still a little bit strange. When's the announcement? We're looking at probably about 10 minutes. We got to finish up this quarter of football. And then I looked it up because I didn't know. Apparently halftimes are around 13-ish minutes. So we're looking at, I don't know, Dana's announcement being somewhere in the middle there. Apparently, there's a Post Malone performance. So I'm very excited for that. Habib pump and dump situation is crazy. What did he do to his cousin? Okay. It's crime season in the UFC. True. So true. Gonna be right back. Got a screen record. See ya. All good. Sounds good, dude. That's fair. Can't believe we're getting an NFL companion for GTA 6. Yeah, it looks like Dallas is doing good, aren't they? Yeah. Well, they just went ahead. I saw that part on the TV, you know? They were behind, and the people, they were talking about, hey man, whoever loses this is probably going to be out of playoff contention. And I'm like, sure, cool. Happy for them. Good for them. Let's see how it goes. And then, right as they were saying that, Dallas pulled ahead with a big old thing. So, there's been many rumors of the fights announced today. Which one do you think will be the ones that are real? In my opinion, I think Gaethje Patty for the interim. Yeah, probably. They're probably going to do 324 and 325 because they're both in January. I think one of them is, I believe, on January 31st. Hold on now. I got to look at my calendar. Yes. No. That's a Wednesday. Oh, shit. Wait, hold on. No, that's a Saturday, yeah. So I think it's the 31st and the 17th? 24th? 31st? Something like that. So I'm hyped for Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. Yeah, fair. Saw something like Patty Gaethje interim. That's possible. I've heard Volk Diego Lopez too. I've heard Volk Movzar thrown around a little bit, but not as much as Volk Diego 2. I've heard that from a very reputable secondhand source. Lerone seems like he's being passed over. Arnold Allen, we don't know what's going on with him. At one point he was fighting Diego Lopez, and then he wasn't, and then he was moving up to lightweight and fighting. Who was he fighting? I think they were gonna do Arnold Allen BSD or something fucking weird like that. And now he's fighting Gene Silva again on 324. So you're gonna scare. I'm not gonna share my screen, but I'll turn the audio on. But NFL is probably a little bit crazy with the copyright, so we're not gonna go too crazy. Because it's on TV. I'm not going to like Dana's Instagram. I'm just going to see the live CBS broadcast. If they don't put it up here, I'm going to be angry. How long is it going to take? Probably, I don't know, within 10 minutes. Max 15. Man, Armin really getting screwed here. Well, yeah, that is pretty shitty. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because if they crown an interim champion, they kind of have to do that first before they go to Armin Topuria. That's shit. Oh boy, I didn't even think about that. Oh no. Yeah, I don't like that. Well, maybe Armin could make the January turnaround. Armin wanted to make the January turnaround if Topuria was going to be there, So maybe Armin turned down the interim title fight, but I don't think he would. I don't know about that. I'm not sure. We had 50 people here. Can we like the stream, please? Appreciate it. Thank you. Why aren't you eating turkey, little bro? It's not Thanksgiving in Canada. We change it. We move it forward. So our Thanksgiving aligns with the fall harvest. Just like how in the U.S. it kind of aligns with harvest times. It's different because it's colder. We have to do it quicker. Arnold Allen recently getting beat up in Quebec for not speaking French. Thoughts? I think he was joking. Why make a fucking interim belt? Ely is healthy. He got divorced. He's mentally unwell. I gotta fix my camera here quickly. Give me a second. Our Thanksgiving was on turkey. That is true. Like the stream. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I'll paint my nails. If that's what it takes. I'm kidding. Aren't you afraid of getting stomped because of the kissing post? I don't know what that means, but yeah, sure. Sure, I don't like getting stomped on. It's not good. Do you guys not celebrate the slaughter of my people in Canada or something? Oh, we celebrate it. We just keep it more low-key. Also, it's not like the celebration of the slaughter of people. It's like, hey, man, we're thankful for things. Max Charles should be interim? No. Max Charles is BMF, which, like, puts them kind of back into contention, depending on how things work out, you know? Like, if Armin beats Taporia, I think you could give Charles a shot if he beats Holloway. Or Holloway a shot if he beats Charles. 100 people? You're lying. It says 67. Don't fucking go there. Don't go there. Did it start yet? No, we're going through commercials for shows I don't want to watch. I saw it on Twitter. Islam Habib kissing? Yeah, I know. I saw that. When's the announcement? We're looking at like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's sometime in this break here, so I'll keep you posted. Bro, I love the content, but at some point, you'll have to go explain that accent. Where the hell is that heavy as hell accent from, fella? Does not sound Canadian. I mean, you go to different parts of Canada and you get different accents. 114, that's untrue. Okay, now we're at 95. This is spooky. This is a scary amount of people here. Oh, they got the desk all folded up. That's nice. Bro, getting crowded in here. What's happening? Yeah, there's no fucking leg room, dude. Where's the leg room? Give me a second. I gotta blow my nose. All the people in here is making me hella sniffly. We're back. This is not a Toronto accent. Is it Twitter or IG? Probably IG. But it's also going to be on CBS during the halftime show. Not the halftime show. Halftime break. Just halftime, not a show. 125, we're breaking the conditioning. Yeah. They all come running back to daddy. I don't know what that's in reference to, but, you know, oftentimes they do. I'm not botting views. I would never bot views. Give us a Toronto accent. The thing, the farm and the tingling, and the tingling farm. I can't do it. I can't go that crazy. But, like, just imagine that. Just imagine a bunch of that. Just, like, rhyming. Like, you throw pots and pans down the stairs, and they go, tingling, the tingling farm. Here's Dana, it's here. He's here.
No, I'm just kidding. No fighting. But, mark your calendar right now.
Mark your calendar.
January 24th, there will be fighting. UFC 320.
Whoa! Let's pause it for a second. Gaethje Pimblett, Harrison Nunez, O'Malley Song Yadong, Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. He's coming back. Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. Fucking amazing card. Kind of a wacky main event, though, but it's fine.
Lightweight title and the co-main event.
Gaethje Pimblett, Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes, O'Malley Song Yadong, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. Oh, what the fuck are Marab and Mackenzie Dern doing here? They're coming over for Thanksgiving. That's funny. It's a goofy bit. Big fan from Australia, and I'm okay, buddy. Good job. Was that it? That was it. Now we're on to Post Malone. Okay. We're going to rewind this, and we're going to just take one more peek here at the lineup. Okay. Gaethje Pimblett is for the interim belt. That's main event thing. The women fighting for the actual belt, co-main event. O'Malley Song Yadong, Waldo Cortez Acosta doesn't get another fight this year, but early next year. He's got 9 kids to feed. That's kind of funny. And then Arnold Allen, Gene Silva is real. Okay. Not Israel. Is real. No 325 announcement. I would assume that we're getting that probably early December in a couple weeks here. So rumors were true. So underwhelmingly ew. Yeah, kind of disappointing. Yeah, a little bit. I would like a couple of prelim fights, please. Is he on Instagram as well, or? I'm on it. I'm on it. I can't find him on Instagram. I'm hoping that he says more things on Instagram. But I'm not seeing it yet. I'm also on Twitter. I'm roaming around. We're roaming, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't he supposed to go live on IG? Yeah, he said he was doing both. So I'm hoping that if we go on there, there's going to be more fight announcements. Perhaps. Once again, Gaethje Patty interim belt main event co-main. Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes, bantamweight title, potential bantamweight women's GOAT status on the line, depending on how much you value some things here. O'Malley looking to bounce back against Song Yadong. Song Yadong coming off the weird eye poke thing over Cejudo, I believe a year ago. He's taken a year off. Crazy. Cortez Acosta, crazy strength of schedule. Derek Lewis, I think he beats Derek Lewis. I think he does. That's crazy. Arnold Allen, Gene Silva, that could be a war. He's live. He's live. Shit. Dana, where are you? Dana, where art thou?
Joshua Van's coming off one of the best fights you'll ever see in 2025 against Brandon Royval.
Interim above women is based. Okay, dude.
Obviously, you just saw Gaethje versus Patty Pimblett
Yep.
for the interim title.
There's like 4 weeks of no events. Yeah. There's like a little bit of a drought, and then we go crazy.
Dealing with some personal problems, so I'm not gonna fight the first quarter. So the winner of Gaethje versus Patty will be the interim title. And then
What about Armin?
Topuria.
Oh my god, they're fucking over Armin, aren't they?
Kayla Harrison and Amanda.
Closer to the mic, please. We'll go right here.
That's a badass fight. You know, Kayla, it's her first title defense after beating Juliana Pena. She comes back to take on Kayla Harrison. No way in hell that fight isn't incredible. O'Malley and Song Yadong. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Waldo coming off a win a week ago. Took the fight on 2 days' notice. Comes in and wins by
Armin
knockout
fights the
again.
winner, surely.
Coming off
They
the
might
eye
fuck him
poke.
over.
Knockout win.
Why enter him? Because they
Guy's
didn't
out
want the
of
women to
fucking way
headline,
here.
I guess.
And, you know, him and Derek Lewis.
It's a badass
It's
fight.
going to be fun as hell. Arnold Allen and Gene Silva. Alexa Grasso versus Rose Namajunas.
They are doing Grasso Nunes. Namajunas.
Just added like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, however long ago. Umar. Sadoff versus Figueiredo.
Umar Figgy!
Fight is also on the
On that card, Namajunas, Grasso, Umar Figgy. Also on that card. We got bantamweight nonsense. You could honestly draw the winner of O'Malley Song and Umar Figgy, and then they fight for a title shot. That's an option. But no, Figgy's fighting Umar. And they're doing Grasso Nunes. I heard about that a while ago, but... Okay. Why didn't they show that on the broadcast?
We have Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez.
Shit! 325!
So that's
Volk
January
Lopez!
31st. UFC 325 from Sydney, Australia. Volk versus Diego.
Whoa, Dana. Any other fights?
There's a bunch of other fights on there.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
No, tell me now, Dana.
How's everybody? You
Tell me
guys
now.
good? You having a good day?
You son of a bitch. You son of a
Any
bitch.
questions? You happy? You mad? What do you got? Some guy said L. He's having a rough day.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Follow Paramount UFC on Instagram too. Paramount UFC.
Paramount UFC. There's a new UFC thing.
Dana, do you have a message to all the vegans celebrating Thanksgiving? Yeah, what the fuck are you people even wasting your time for?
Okay, Dana. Okay. All right. No more. I wanted a little bit more 325 news because he said that we got a bunch of fights there. Like, why not just tell us now, dude? Tell us now. I'm a little crack addict. I heard Volk Lopez too, like 2 hours ago, and was praying it was just a rumor. No, that is 100% confirmed. UFC 325, Volk Lopez 2, featherweight championship, potentially a retirement fight for Alexander Volkanovski. Insane. Literally a shit show. Who's getting Paramount? I mean, it seems like a decent deal, right? Because at least they have other things on Paramount. ESPN Plus. What else is on there? Unless you get ESPN Plus bundled with Disney, and then that's fair. But Volk Lopez is dumb. I mean, it's fun. I'm not going to say it's not fun. Disgrace to Volk's legacy. Well, it depends. It depends on how good Lopez looks, if he looks improved. If he just fights Lopez and it's the same fight again, then it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Because you could have got actual legacy out of beating Movzar, who's like undefeated in the UFC or whatever. Luke is crashing out in the gym right now with the Mega Lassie. That is true. Dana's mega washed, perhaps. Perhaps 150 people in here. Could we like the stream, please? Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Figgy gonna push Umnar's shit in, and we are gonna get the next title shot. I think if Figgy wins that, he might have to win one more, but we'll see. You guys cry no matter what. I mean, I'm happy with all the announcements. I would just like to know what else is on 325, because he's teasing us. He's teasing us. He's saying, ooh, we got a bunch of fights booked, and I'm like, tell me. But I'm very happy with 324. I think the main event, co-main situation's a little bit whack. But again, O'Malley, Song Yadong, we're getting like, how many top 5 matchups? Depending on if Arnold Allen, I think he might be 8 or something. But Umar Figgy's a letdown? I don't think so. You had to do something with him. And you could have done Umar, O'Malley, but they're booked up. Song Figgy, I guess, if you wanted to really switch things around, but we'll see. Lopez Volk is a joke. I don't think it's quite a joke. I don't know if it's a joke, but we'll see. Shit matchmaking? I don't think so. I think Movzar just pulled out of his title eliminator. If he would have just beat, Aaron Pico, he would be right here. And then he didn't, so. But Lerone beat him, but that's not a valuable enough win to get you a title shot. What did Lerone do before that? Dan Ige? Let's give Yair the title shot at that rate, Ooh, a little tease, boy. Dana. Little tease, Mr. White. Yeah. Why is Ilya not fighting? He's going through a divorce. So he's probably not fighting till March or April. What was the announcement? UFC 324, Gaethje Pimblett, Harrison Nunez, O'Malley Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Quick turnaround for him. Arnold Allen, Jean Silva. On the prelims of that card, Umar Nurmagomedov, Davison Figueiredo, Rose Namajunas, Alexa Grasso, 2 former champions. That's a decent women's fight. 325 main event is confirmed to be Alexander Volkanovski, and we have nothing else for that card as of right now. Wouldn't surprise me if they put Jimmy Crute on there, though, because that is in Australia. So Volk's last fight was literally Lopez. That's so stupid. I know, it's kind of shitty. Volk wanted to stay active. He wanted to fight like 4 months after the Lopez fight, but see, the thing is with Volk, he's on one of the best contracts in the UFC right now. He's an expensive guy. They don't want to give him quick turnarounds. It's fucking bad. It's bad. So, here's what it is. So what's Umar going to do now? I don't know. Usually when you make an interim champion, they have to immediately fight the other champion, unless the interim champion defends the belt once. I could see Pimblett beating Gaethje and then fighting Arman for the interim belt, and then that somehow draws back into Topuria. Or they leave the interim champion on ice, and this is kind of just done for promotional reasons, so they have 2 men on the main event or whatever, and then they draw that back. I don't fucking know yet. Arman deserves the shot 100% next, so this is kind of silly. They pay Marab in creatine, that's why he's allowed to fight so much. True. He was in the promo thing. Him and Mackenzie Dern were at Dana White's door on the doorbell cam bringing gifts and shit. It was funny. What's the news? I already just said it. Do you want me to say it again? Vamp, we made it. UFC 324, Gaethje Pimblett, Harrison Nunez, O'Malley Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen, Jean Silva, Rose Namajunas Grasso, Umar, I almost called him Umar Figgy. 325 is confirmed to be Volk Lopez 2. We are going to beat Umnar's ass. Okay, what's the news, Mr. Vamp? I just said it. There we go. To be fair, it's the UFC protecting Tapturo from chinning Arman, not Ilya avoiding chinning him purpose. I don't know about that. I think Arman is the most difficult task for Ilya at this point in time. Wasn't here, I'm sorry. It's all good. Is it for interim or just the main event? Yes, it is interim. Gaethje Pimblett is the interim over top of the other Harrison Nunez for the regular old women's bantamweight championship. Non-title fight main event? Nuh-uh, it's an interim title fight, dude. Don't correct me, just don't correct me. I know it's basically for nothing, but... Wasn't Sean versus Yadong for 323? Yeah, it got pushed back. They wanted to do it November, December, and then I think... What had that go down? I think Yadong might have hurt himself in training or something. I heard little rumblings of it just wouldn't come together in time. Most shambolic interim of all time. Cyril got Derek Lewis. People forget, man. Gaethje knocking the Scouser out. No. Gaethje has no jiu-jitsu, dude. Patty's gonna look so funny with the belt. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. That's a dope card if you don't get hung up on Armin being out of it, yeah. And that's the only, like, the top, I believe, 7 fights, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, yeah. I didn't say it, dude. I didn't say it. Love your content, bro. Thank you for the 28 Canadian dollars. Appreciate it. Rage bait. Okay. Okay. I'm processing. I appreciate the 28 Canadian dollars. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was not rage bait. That was kindness bait. I love it. We love kindness bait around here. Who does Armin get next? I don't know. They might hold on to the interim belt and just do Armin Elia, because that's March, April. That's when Elia is going to be back. So, I don't know. Is this the worst set of announcements to ever grace our ears? I mean, it's just got some weird things, right? Right? On paper, these are all big ranked names. Names that carry value. The greatest women's fighter of all time. Volk's second title reign is officially fraudulent. I mean, beating Diego Lopez is still something, though, because I think Diego Lopez is like the second best guy there. I think I'd pick Diego Lopez to beat Movzar in a rematch, right? But you have to see that fight. Where's Murphy? Where is Armin? I don't know. Patty beats all 3 of them, I think. All 3 of who? He doesn't beat Elia. Patty beats Gaethje. I don't think he beats Armin, though. I don't know. Well, I'm going to get blackout drunk as this news. Okay, Vanny. All right. You'll be fine. It shall come to pass. We don't even know what the other prelims are. But again, like, if you just take away the Umar shit and you take away the Volk shit, Harrison Nunes, O'Malley Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta, Lewis, Alan Silva. Cortez Acosta versus Lewis could almost be a heavyweight title eliminator. It's up there. Beating Lopez does nothing. You already fucking beat him 8 months ago. I know, it's shit. It's shit. Out of all the matchups they chose, the literally worst one. I know. Nami Yunus Grasso's good. Umar Figi gets them places. I wonder what's on the fucking... What else is on 324? Bukowskis. I heard that the other day. Bukowskis versus... Not Paul Craig. Another white guy. Fuck. Topology. Topology, where art thou? Paramount regretting their deal. I mean, on paper, again, this is a stacked card, and I don't think a casual fan or the Paramount people are going to be all angry. My phone's about to die. Nikita Krylov making a quick turnaround after getting chinned twice in quick succession fighting Modestas Bukowskis. He's going to get fucking chinned again, isn't he? Lewis might actually KO Waldo. I don't know. They're both, like, not very defensively responsible. All that calling out for Islam, but he doesn't even dare to face Armin. I mean, he's going through a divorce, so I'll give him a little bit of leeway. Bro, you look exactly how I imagined you to look. All right, sounds good, Lahib. What's Jerome saying? Jerome Holloway? Lerone is crashing the fuck out on Twitter. Okay, we'll take a peek. What fights got announced? I'm late. Harrison Pimblett, main event, interim lightweight championship. Harrison Nunes, bantamweight women's championship. O'Malley Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta versus Lewis, Arnold Allen, Jean Silva, Rose Namajunas versus the other girl, Alexa Grasso, I can't talk. What's her name? Not what's her name. Umar versus Figgy, and then 325 in Australia, confirmed, Volk Lopez 2, 100% main event rematch. It's on. And then also on 324 is Krylov Bukowskis, but Dana didn't want to talk about that, so it is what it is. Well, apparently Lopez gets an instant title shot, so who cares that Silva gets a top 5 opponent for losing? Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're both being heavily valued. I don't know. The UFC loves that Mexican market so much to where they're willing to get a fake Mexican, respectfully. Pimblett who? Gaethje. Pimblett Gaethje. That was supposed to happen in 319, and Gaethje actually turned it down, but... That's because it wasn't for an interim belt then. It's a whole deal. Alan Silva, Umar Figi, O'Malley Song on one card is pretty fucking insane on its own, I'm going to be honest. I know, like, there's so much value there. But then there's other things that are like, oh, that's shit. Lucas might drop a generational crash out. He might, dude. He might. It's possible. What card's the Lopez Volk fight on? 325 in Australia. 324 is on January 24th, and then the next week, January 31st, 325. Pay-per-views, back-to-back weeks. It's the first time that's happened since, 268? 267? Somewhere around there. I told him, me versus Beer tonight. Put it on the main card. It'll be a banger. Put them feet fucked up. Okay. Also told him I had Umar by Dagestani ground dance. Crazy. This is crazy. Ilya clearly doesn't want to fight Arman ever. I mean, that's possible, but again, there's like extenuating circumstances. People have gotten divorced before and took time off. It's a real thing. Thoughts on new jeans? I don't know what new jeans are. I would like new jeans. Just do a second BMF belt instead of this silly interim shit to justify a main event. The UFC will do anything to not put women as a main event. It's crazy. Grasso Namajunas was the best fight announced by far. We're all excited. I think that is a good fight. I think it's relevant. Both of them need a win desperately, too. We love Mexicans. Justin is such a little prick, dude. How he is a fan favorite is so weird. He's dumbass. Justin Gaethje's never fought someone with good grappling before. Sorry, in the lead up to a title shot, he's never fought someone with good grappling. Ferguson didn't use his grappling. Oliveira ruined him on the ground, let's be honest. Habib fucking ruined him on the ground. He does not fix his jiu-jitsu issues. That's why I think Patty subs him. Because Gaethje he refuses to put on that fucking gi, dude. He's like, I don't want to put on pajamas. I sleep naked. And they're like, okay, well, you can do no gi. That's like compression shit. He's like, I like to be loose. And it's like, fuck. Fuck, please. Please learn rear naked choke defense, Justin. Please. Wonder what Ilya will say about the interim fight. Oh, he said, I'll knock either of them out, man. Is Patty Justin the main event? Yes. Volk Lopez 2 is outrageous. Is it not real? It is, in fact, real for 325 January 31st in Australia. I don't know if it's Perth or not. I don't know the location of that card. Might be Sydney. Hold on. Give me a moment. One moment, sir. Here we go. It's not showing up. They don't have it on Topology yet. But it's a real thing. UFC 325 is a real thing. It is not a figment of your imagination. Sydney, not Perth. Man, that card's kind of shit. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh, shut the fuck up. We're not calling this card shit. We're calling it a few unforced errors on the UFC's part, but the fuck happened to Lerone? I mean, he only has, like, 0 good wins. Unless it's on a golf course, he's not learning his PJJ. Yeah. Ilya won't fight until spring. Yeah, I think it was March, April. That's on the same. He's on the same timeline as Hamzat. Bro, like, this shit is crazy. They're just handing out interim belts. That is true. Can you explain the full announcement? Gaethje Pimblett interim championship. Harrison Nunez bantamweight championship for the women. They're not fighting Marab. O'Malley, Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. That was on the broadcast. Then Dana said separately, Rose Namajunas, Alexa Grasso, 2 former women's champions, Umar Figi. 325 is Volk Lopez 2. Yeah, where's Strickland? Apparently Strickland Hernandez is either like a fight night, or it might be the co-main for 325. That's what people were getting angry at me. They're like, oh, you wanted more? And I'm like, yeah, I just wanted Dana to say what else was on 325 because he has it. He said, there's other fights on there. We're going to reveal those a little bit later. So expect something early, probably December. Or sometime after 323. Sometime in, like, the break. Maybe. Maybe after Royval Cap. I don't know. Would have been so easy to make Arman Patty instead. Unless Arman didn't want to make a turnaround for January. Because, again, the placement of Gaethje Pimblett is to not have a female main event. So, O'Malley Song's good. I know. It's excellent. Figgy's sliding out of his prime more and more by the day. But he offers some interesting things for Umar. Because he has more power than Marab and, what's his name? Corey Sandhagen and Batista. Batista's not a power guy. Figgy has power. It carried to bantamweight. That's interesting. We've seen Umar get dropped twice now in his UFC career. Kind of bad. And then he falls and then I'm back. He recovers very well, but Figgy has, kind of nutty power. So we could see something there. January 24th is 324. And then the 31st of January is 325. Imagine Islam versus Hamzat in April. The timing would line up, but I don't think so, dude. Who gives a damn? Umnar sucks? I think Umnar's pretty good, man. 8 title fights. Grasso, Lopez, and Yair deserved one shot in between them. Moreno kept fucking going back and forth with Figgy too, but we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about how no Mexican has ever got a title defense other than Cain Velasquez, but he repped the U.S. during his run, so whole deal. People forget, man, we dropped Cheeto. It's possible that Figgy beats Umar. Umar's hard to hit, I know, but Umar washes Figgy. It ain't close. I think the power is interesting. Gaethje will smoke the Scoutser. He doesn't have jiu-jitsu. Chat, Gaethje couldn't even finish a 2-week short notice Rafael Fiziev. I mean, has anyone finished Fiziev, though? I feel like Fiziev's like super durable. His cardio shit, he fades late, but as Figgy's #1 fan, Figgy doesn't have the pace to output to win. Yes, but like off of the one-shot power, there's something. There's like Gaethje Pimlet for interim. Yeah, it's fucking goofy. Karcher and Shrug, it's goofy. They could have gone Volk Sterling. But Sterling's coming off a loss. No, he's not. He beat Ortega. That doesn't get you a title shot. If Grasso keeps the high guard and gets wrestle-fucked, got her, okay. I think Fiziev's been KO'd. I haven't seen it in the UFC, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened in a foreign land. Figgy knocked down Cheeto and absorbed the essence of his game plan. That is kind of true. Look at the Montel Jackson fight. I don't think that version of Figgy beats him. But if Figgy comes in and he's like, I'm just going to hit him hard, seems like there's an option. Chances that Gaethje cracks Patty's chin before he gets grapple fucked. I mean, here's the thing, you guys. Tony was able to clip Patty a couple of times late in the fight when Patty was like getting tired from beating Tony's ass too much. Patty got clipped like a couple of times by Chandler, but his chin held up. I think his chin is like goofy sometimes. Patty's got plot armor, okay? And for that reason alone, I think he's worth picking. First, Ilya had health problems, then moved to lightweight. Now he has a divorce problem, moving to welterweight potentially. Fuck. Crazy. Volk Lopez, yes. Volk Lopez 2. Electric Boogaloo. Dude, does that mean Ilya's moving up? I don't fucking think so. I thought he was just going to fight Arman. I honestly thought that they could do Arman Topuria in January. But then it's like, oh shit. Maybe Arman doesn't want to make that turnaround. Maybe he didn't want to fight Gaethje or Pimlet. Maybe he thinks he's owed a title shot again. That's possible for Arman. He could think like, I don't need one more. I need that title shot. In which case, it's warranted. But if these guys are also willing to fight, fuck. Patty read the script through. What's next for Colby Covington? Title shot? Yeah. Dude, he's like 17-5 in his last 22. How can you not give him the title shot? Gene Lord Silva title run starts now. I think Allen has a chance to beat him. Elite Lasp Resper? I asked? Is that... I can't fucking read. What's that? What the fuck is Lasp? Mango Lassie. Come on, dude. Ilya Islam later next year. That's possible for like March or something. Why the fuck is it an interim title? Because they didn't want women main eventing. Gaethje visibly panics when he hits the floor. Betty round 2 sub. That's what I'm thinking. Is like, again, Gaethje doesn't face a lot of good grapplers, and then he does, and he gets smoked. Arman said he would fight again and can make January. Yeah, but does he want to fight a non-title fight again? That's my question. It's always sunny, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Ugh. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Been a long day. Why Volk Lopez 2? Why are you asking me? I don't know this. I don't know this shit. What about Data Zuck on Prelims? Oh no, they're not doing that. Weird because 4 and 5. You mean 7, 8, 9? Are we talking Patty Gaethje? Hold on, are they 4 and 5? Oh god. That's strange. Why no Arman? What is going on? Again, I don't know. They are 4 and 5. Justin Gaethje 4, Patty 5. Oliveira 2, Holloway 3. You could have done Oliveira Holloway and had that be an interim belt. Maybe they're not fighting until later in the year, actually. I don't know. You need to push back on this shit. Disgrace. I need to push back. Why no Arman? Okay, it seems like you're really pro Arman here. We got an Armenian in the chat. Hold on now. Dana finding a Faustian loophole around Gaethje. I won't fight if it's not for a belt. True! He did, didn't he? Oh my fucking god, he did, didn't he? That's crazy. Arman gonna have to sit out till 2027? No, probably March, dude. Unless they actually... Oh, what if they skip him? I don't think they'll skip him. Problem is, Ilya beat them both. I know, it's a problem. Holloway's hand might still be fucked up. Yeah, true. Poirier has a hard skull. When will they book Tom Cyril? That might be March as well. Because it doesn't seem like that's 325. Because they already revealed the title fights for 325. There was talk of Pereira-Allberg being on 324 as well, but that's fizzled out now. So I'm guessing, preemptively, if they're not on 324 and 325, they're going to do Pereira-Allberg, Aspinall-Gane. They've been on the same card before, right? Yes, Yuri Prochazka, Pereira, Aspinall, Pavlovich. What was that, 305 or something? 395? I don't know. That was a card they had before. Tom and Pereira have been on the same card before. They can do light heavyweight, heavyweight. You can have Pereira, Allberg main event, Aspinall, Gane. Those both have heat. That's March. Or February, depending on how they do things here. Because we're having 2 pay-per-views in January. So we might have another one in February. I was thinking they were going to do January, 325 February, 326 March. But they might push 326 into mid-February. See, because these aren't pay-per-views... 395? What the heck? Sorry, 295. Fuck. Whoa. Oh. Titanium book and P-head, yeah. A lot of articles claim Ely isn't ready till summertime. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I heard it from him on Twitter. He said, I believe, spring earlier today. So, matchmaking's dog shit. Just some of the matchmaking, though. Again, O'Malley Song Yadong's fine. Wilder Cortez Acosta Lewis, fine. Harrison Nunez, good. Alan Silva, good. It's just Gaethje Pimblett and fucking Volk Lopez, the 2 big announcements that are shit. Can you say, Scousers don't get knocked out, lad? How's that? Yeah, they probably will skip Arman. Oh, God. Obviously, they're going to skip Arman, Patty Gaethje's interim belt. Well, people have had to defend or sit on the interim belt before. Tom Aspinall, dude. They made Tom Aspinall sit on the interim belt while they did Jones Stipe. They could do the same thing here. I could say, you have the interim belt. You're squared away. You got your title shot. Hang out for a bit. We got to do Arman first. That could be possible. How many hours? Who versus who in January? Gaethje Pimblett, Harrison Nunez, O'Malley Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta Lewis, Arnold Allen, Gene Silva, Rose Namajunas, Alexa Grasso, Figgy versus Umar. And then later in January, because they're back-to-back weeks here, January 24th, January 31st, the 31st, they're both Saturdays. And then 325, Volk Lopez 2, and we have nothing else for that card. But there are things. What could be on there? Probably Strickland Hernandez co-main. I think Strickland, they want to put him in Australia. It's a good place to put him. How many hours, bro? I'm not from USA. What do you mean, how many hours? What does that mean? You mean, like, what time is it? God, why do I have a feeling that Patty wins, then Ilya vacates and automatic... Oh, my fucking God. Oh, my God. Don't say that. Do not say that. Don't even put that out there. Dude, they sold out Paramount. They sold out to Paramount, rather. UFC don't give a fuck. Pereira's probably 326, so that's February, March. But I'm thinking he's fighting Allberg, and then they're doing Tom Gane on that card. Maybe. You think Ilya colded his wife after reading a hate comment, and that's why they're getting a divorce? Yeah, perhaps. How many hours, fam? I don't know! Volk Lopez, too, yep. How many hours before Dana White announcement? They already did it! They already did it! It's done! We're reading it! Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, why is Ilya getting divorced, though? Did he really have to time his divorce for right now? Fuck. Let's see what Twitter has to say. Hello, Twitter. Hello, Twitter. I'm also hearing... Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on, we're getting something here. Atiba Gauthier versus Andre Pulyaev. That's on 324. Atiba Gauthier, UFC 324, and Andre Pudyayev. Where have I seen him before? Didn't he get a head kick in the Apex? I feel like he got a head kick in the Apex. Hold on. One more fight I'm hearing about. There's something else here. Hold on. UFC 325 in Australia. Also on that card. This is probably high enough ranked to be on that main card. With Volk Lopez too. Beneil Dariush making a 3-month turnaround after getting KO'd by BSD and slumped on his head. Fighting Quillan Salkild. How about that? How about it? How about it, man? Revealed on Fox Sports Australia. Insane. Okay. So now we have 2 fights for Australia. My phone's, it's trying to die on me. I won't let it. Just got here. What are these big announcements? Gaethje Pimblett, Harrison Nunez, O'Malley Song Yadong, Cortez Acosta Lewis, Alan Silva, Grasso Namajunas, Umar Figi. Volk Lopez 2, featherweight title. Later in January, end of January. What else? Quillan Salkild, Beneil Dariush. Thank you for the $5 up here. I'm sorry, I didn't read it right away. Chronic God. Who wins? Patty or Justin? I'm going Patty. Jiu-Jitsu advantage. Thoughts on the UFC implementing an interim belt? I don't really like it, but I think they're just trying to coax Gaethje away from retirement. Here, buddy. Here, they're dangling the carrot. Here, you'll get a title, buddy. You'll finally get a title. Another interim title shot. Why isn't Ilya healthy? He's mentally unwell because he's going through a divorce, so he wanted to take time off. Bedtime crashing out? Oh, God. Hoofy Moicano? Where's Hoofy Moicano? Have you heard it? Where have you heard it? Tell me. Cell killed by KO. Let's go. Oh, God. You're right, aren't you? Fuck. Why are they trying to cook up Benny, dude? Cell killed Darius should be illegal. True! You get like the number one hyped power puncher, power hitter, power guy. Benny P. My best friend, Benny P. Not my best friend, but we're cool. Is also hearing rumors that they want Strickland in Australia. The UFC, that is, wants Strickland Hernandez in Australia. But it's probably not going to be on 325. It might be a fight night like the week after or something of that nature. Strickland and his people don't want to go to Australia. They probably want to fight in Vegas or some tax-free place or whatever the fuck. But it's going to be interesting to see if the UFC just try and Big Brother Strickland into fighting in Australia or if he stands his base. Interesting. Good stuff. Good reporting work from Benny P., our number one Australian news source. Hello, buddy. Let's see if there's anything else popping up here. Party's going to be champ? You mean Patty? Totally serious. When Beneil lost, I said, you're close, buddy. You're getting there. We're formulating a thought. Sal killed Benny is the biggest disgrace out of all of this. Again, it's not 100% official from Dana White or anything, but I'm hearing a lot of sources. Yeah, last time there was 2 pay-per-views back-to-back. It was 267, 268 it was. Oh shit, they got new graphics. Are you seeing that? They changed them up. They used to be like white with gold things. Now it's like a black and gold weird thing. That's new. Brought to you by Inuit TurboTax. That's real. Apparently, the main card start times are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's that for me? Hold on. 9 p.m. EST. Fuck. Apparently, they're messing with the times a little bit here. Main cards are starting later. Please do racist GSP. Maybe in a bit here. Fuck. Fuck, why am I blurry? Who did this to me? What have you done to me? Graphics, get a load of this guy. Yeah, I know. The main cards are starting like an hour later now, usually. They're moving main card times back by like an hour. He was rocked, though. What are we talking about? Totally serious. When I saw Beneil lose, I said I'm picking him next fight. He didn't fall on his face. He dropped to a tripod. He's a legit wrestling position, which he often uses, okay. Oh, no, we're getting Harmon Charles, too. I can feel it. Well, no, I think they're doing Charles the Holloway, right? BMF belt. That's pretty much locked in. We used to have we used to have to guess the UFC's intentions. Now they just post, hang Benny Boy on the official account. Fuck. Isn't it an hour earlier? No, main cards for me usually start like 5, 6. This one's saying it's starting at 7 for this card in particular, at least. Might be all the cards moving forward, I'm not sure. So instead of going to bed at 2, it's going to be 3. Yes, it seems like that. I think they said 9 EST is when it's starting. You got Allen or Silva. I'm still trying to process and decide right now. I've heard about this fight for a while, but I'm going to go. I think I got to go Gene Silva. I'd like Arnold Allen to win. But I think Diego Lopez is enough of a blockhead. Have we seen Arnold Allen take damage before? We've seen him eat Holloway punches, but that's Holloway. I read 2 a.m. UK, usually 3. Okay, maybe it's different. I don't know. I don't know, man. Lopez Volk rematch. Gady Patty interim lightweight title. That is true. Missed it. What's happening? King Tweak did yeah. Uncle Dana. He was on the football broadcast and he said Gaethje Pimblett interim title shot. Interim title fight, rather. Harrison Nunez, women's bantamweight fight. Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. That's the main card. Grasso Namajunas, Umar Faghi. Also on those prelims is Atiba Gauthier versus a random Russian guy. And Nikita Krylov coming back after getting chinned twice in a row. Probably not very good to be fighting heavy puncher Modestas Bukauskas. UFC 325. Quillen Salkild Beneil Dariush is on that card. Dana didn't announce it, but we got other sources. Volk Lopez 2 in Australia. UFC 325 again, January 31st. What else is on that card? Strickland Hernandez might be on that card. They're still trying to work that out. Inuit TurboTax, proud sponsor of UFC Nunavut. That is true. I was there. That is true. Silva won almost every exchange against Lopez and lost to a durability differential. Yes, I don't know if Arnold Allen has that, so. They're doing a lightweight interim because Ely is going to 170. Is he? I don't think he is. I think he's just divorcing people right now. I think that's the reason. Where does Kevin Lee fit into this? Fuck. Does prime Kevin Lee beat Patty Pimblett? He probably runs into a guillotine like he did for Charles. Silva smashed Lopez with 3 KO blows in the span of 5 seconds. It didn't fucking phase him. Yeah, I swear to God, Lopez is just his worst matchup. Probably. Islam versus US man is gonna happen. Versus us man is gonna happen. Usman rather. Fuck. I was like, who the us man? What the fuck is gonna happen? I can feel it. Oh, they're gonna Ali Abdulaziz sneak it in, aren't they? I can maybe see why they denied Arman. 17 months only, 1 fight. It's confirmed he turned down other people like Gamrot. True, headbutting Hooker. Bad for business. Maybe that's a factor, I guess, but I think he still probably deserved it. Volk Lopez 2 might be the worst title fight of all time. I think it could be a fun fight. I think the circumstances around it are weird, obviously. Us, man, yeah. All you need is Paramount. True. I can maybe see why. I already read that. Holy smokes, we've gotten 2,500 views in 50 minutes. That's insane. That's crazy. And we've held a fucking consistent 100 people. That's insane, dude. That's insane. Appreciate it, boys. Appreciate you all being here. Sharing your late Thanksgiving with me. Not late Thanksgiving. You're probably just waiting for supper right now. Well, depending on where you're at. Might be after supper. I don't know. Arman's going to fight for the belt, and then winner gets interim winner. Simple. I think that's an option as well. I think that's more likely. Is they just put the interim guy on ice. Arman's far too retarded to get close to a belt. Okay. I might have to just root for Lopez so I don't get heartbroken twice. Volk losing, then retiring. I can't handle it. Nah, dude, he's gonna beat Lopez. He's just gotta do it. Do you think Beneil gets chinned every night when he lays his head on the pillow? Yes. He's hanging out with his wife, and he's like, "Good night, babe." And they kiss, and he kiss from his wife puts him out, dude. Like anything at this point in time. Armin gets the opportunity to fight Ludovic Klein. Oh God, in the Apex. $10 from Pluto Rambo. Pluto Rambo, rather. Fuck, Rambo. Rhombus. New viewer, keep doing what you do. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate the $10 dues. Thank you. Keep doing what you do. What you do? It's all good, dude. It's all good. I can't read either. Can the interim champ fight Armin? Oh, I don't like that. I would just like Armin to fight Ilya and then draw into the interim guy. Dana saw Vamp's vid on Armin and said, "This kid's benched." Hell yeah! This was me, dude. I'm taking credit. Benil gets put out when he brushes his teeth too hard. Yeah, he fucking stick a deodorant, man. Benil fucking washed his face. Benil splashes water on his face and he fucking gets fucking chin. Dude, no way. No way. Was 100% sure they were going to do Harrison Nunes on the White House. Me too. Now that puts that fight in jeopardy. Because you want to put Harrison on the White House. She put the belt around Trump. She's the only American champion. Well, Marab technically too. It's rough. It's a rough time in the women's space. Dana White confirms that the winner of Gaethje Patty Pimblett will fight Ilia Topuria next for the undisputed title. Oh dear God. Uh-oh. Now, is that will fight Ilia next? That's worded vaguely enough to where that could mean like the winner of the interim title doesn't have to fight anybody else and they're fighting Armin. That doesn't mean that Ilia Topuria's next fight is the interim belt. Hold on, there's weasel words in there. Lerone Murphy on Twitter, missing the opportunity to fight one of the featherweight goats is what hurts me the most. It's not about who's the best anymore, it's about who's most popular. Fuck, he's right. Oh God, he's right. Oh boy, Lerone Murphy, if you only knew. Does Ariel Helwani have anything else to say? Not yet. People forget, man. Benil floored BSD with a leg kick. True, he was winning. He was in control. Think Arnold should have beaten Evloev? I don't know, man. I don't know. I go all over the place. Sometimes I score Aljamain Movzar differently every time I watch it. Like Arnold Allen, if they're not stopping him for the knees, he can do enough damage to swing that round and maybe win, right? Like, holy fuck. If Lopez loses, they'll give him to Yair. Oh, no. Well, he smoked Yair. Lopez beats Yair in a round. He beats him more convincingly than Volk did. Benil sprayed cologne out in front of him and got Chen when he walked through the mist. So obvious the UFC wants Lopez to beat Volk. They want the Mexican champion, even though he's not Mexican, but it's how it goes. If only knocking out a Bellator debutant, they'd do a title shot. Yeah, I know. In fairness, Lerone said he wanted Movzar. He said he wanted Diego. He said he'd fight anybody to get his title shot because he really wanted to fight Volk. So thought Lerone was injured. I didn't know about that. I didn't hear about that. Maybe. UFC's a failing company. They want money fights now. I don't know if it's a failing company, dude. Everything else on the card is fine. The undercard is excellent. You promised twice months ago, bro. What's that in reference to? When are we playing? UFC 5 will happen one of these days here. One of these days. Benil chinned himself taking a bite of cereal. Have you ever done that before where you're putting food in your mouth and you bite too hard and you bite the fucking fork and your body reverberates a little bit? Scary. But if that happened to Benil, I think he might explode. Play UFC 5 with me? One day, dude. One day. In the near future, we'll do that. We'll play the new Fortnite chapter. How about that? I'm still grinding. I gotta get Evil Homer, dude. I want Evil Homer so bad. After Yair loses his third shot, they will jump Moreno 3 weight classes. Oh boy, you're right, aren't they? NyQuil was created using a substance found in Benil's jaw. Okay, they here at NyQuil Incorporated, we only use the highest technological methods. Here, in our NyQuil derived from Benil Dariush's chin, we found a solution that will help you stay sniffles-free and put you right to bed. So after January, Armin will fight for an interim belt. I don't know yet. We don't know yet. That's possible. That's an option. But it seems like we're slowly narrowing down our options to like the winner of the interim belt, Armin, Ilya. Those are our three people. Those are our main suspects. And how that shakes up, how it ends up working out is all up in the air. So, chipped my tooth while drinking out of a glass cup and accidentally biting. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. It's like snake venom being used for making medication. Yeah. On roller coasters, we get whiplash. Benil gets chin, and he's out. He fucking goes out with his fucking hands in the air, dude. I've seen enough book Benil versus Top Tour, dude. At this rate, if Benil manages to beat Quill and Salkeld, I think you might give it to him. More like in 2027, Armin will decide to come back and fight Moicano. Yeah, I need a good win, brother. I need a win to get me in title contention. They might make them defend the interim belt against Armin, and the winner fights Ilya. I don't know if there's enough time for that, because Ilya wants to come back March, April. That's what, like a 3-month turnaround? Don't know how that's gonna work. I wish Dana gave me more fights for February, or for Sydney. Let's see what else is developing. These cards are stacked on paper. I'm telling you, man, on paper, I beat these guys. I've seen enough. I already read that. A fly landed on Benil's chin and he crumpled to the ground. Okay. I think this is for the White House card. Title versus title. You could do that. You could do interim. And then that makes it valuable, I guess. I don't know. Hello, how's it going? Quick Sloth, what's up, dude? Hello. Let's see if Marcel Dorf has any other fun news. Apparently Dana White did talk about Atiba Gauthier being on the card, and I just missed it because I shut it off too quickly. That's my bad. I thought it was separate. If Salkeld wins by KO, he's getting the title shot before Armin. Hell yeah. What if the White House card were What if the real White House card were the friends we made along the way? Yeah, true. True. Okay, boys, are we going to do it after, are we going to call it after an hour? Because I have to go eat. I'm having pizza and I'm watching the remaining 2 episodes of Stranger Things. I'm very excited. But do we have anything else to talk about? I've looked at all the news sites. I haven't found anything else that's fun. If Figgy loses, can we just give him the shot? We clearly don't give a fuck anymore, rather, yeah. Is the White House card in April? No, it was supposed to be like April, May. And then they said, nuh-uh. We want the White House card to be on Trump's birthday. So I don't know when that is. I think that's like July. UFC White House card date. Patty, newest terrorist of the sport. Okay. White House card is now on June 14th. It was supposed to be May. Went to June 14th. Fortnite stream after Din Din. You know what? I'll think about it. Should Asakura be cut? 0-2 so far. Give him one more chance. Give him a layup. Give him Patchy Mix at bantamweight. And then we'll see who's really shit. Waldo has more ranked wins than the entire top 5 combined, by the way. That is probably true. But, I mean, he's kind of eating the bottom feeder, guys, you know. He doesn't have any, like, legit wins. Ante De Lehigh got 1 win and he was, like, top 10, you know, in fairness. Juneteenth for the Blacks. Okay. Cortez Acosta, if he beats Lewis, he could get a title shot. That's possible. Billy with the 20, thank you so much. This year, I'm giving thanks for Vamps. Thanks for all the great takes and shitty moves on your bag. See y'all next time. Thank you, Billy, for the 20. I really appreciate that. Bosh! True, that is a Bosh moment. Bosh. Bash! Give Asakura interim title fight? Fuck it. Gotta get into these new markets. That's why Diego's getting the shot. It's a Mexican ploy. 100% Mexican ploy. Gaethje Pimlet? I have no idea. Because, like, if the UFC cared about the British market, they would just care about Aspinall. They wouldn't try and force Pimlet, you know? Tom is scared of Waldo. Nightmare matchup. Dude, have we seen Waldo's grappling? Waldo got out grappled by Sergey Spivak, dude. Tom's scared. I already read that. Sorry to break it to you, but Vamp is AI. That is true. I'm not real. I'm not real. I'm not a real person. Your final rating for this card. It's not finished yet. We only have two, like the main card, and we have two prelims. And of course, fuck, I can't talk. Cards subject to change. It's our favorite words. However, see, I don't, like, Gaethje and Patty aren't my favorite lightweights. So that's an issue. But on paper, it's a 9 out of 10. Waldo's about to get a title shot off of Lewis, bro. I know, at the White House. They're going to do Waldo Aspinall at the fucking White House. Where's Waldo's grappling? Yeah, where's Waldo's grappling? Okay. No, it's because he's number 12 on the GOAT list. Plain and simple, true. You like Dana's little eye poke dig at Aspinall? I didn't hear that. If you could repeat that back to me, that'd be very appreciated. Last competitive era of the sport, and then it's dead forever. And then it's dead forever. Pantoja beats Van, and he puts us out of our misery. I know black and Dominican Papi versus fucking bicarbonate soda. Yeah, I can't do Aspinall anymore. Sometimes I can do a good Aspinall, but other times I'm not great. What's the channel name origin? I'm pale, dude. I'm pale. I pale. I pale in comparison. No, I was pale and I was a child and I wore shorts to school once and people were not very nice. So that's how it goes. He's a vampire. He bites ankles. Yeah, true. Let's get to 69 likes. How many likes are we at? Let's get to 69 or 67. How about that? 67 likes. No, you wouldn't dare, dude. You wouldn't dare. Sun and Bisping 2 main event at the White House. Bro. Volk Lopez 2 is kind of crazy, you know? Yeah, not ideal. Obviously not ideal. But in fairness, Movzar didn't fight Pico. He pulled out of that fight. He kind of lost his shot. Lerone Murphy pulled into that fight. But now his only good win is Aaron Pico. And we don't even know how good that win is. But before that, Lerone beat Josh Emmett, Danny Gay. Those are not great numbers. I so pale, man. I so pale. Is Conor actually coming back? Supposedly for the White House. It looks like Conor's turning his life around. Obviously, he's still picking on Habib and calling it father's scam, which is funny. But I think he might be turning his life around. Every time Conor says he's turning his life around, he's lying. But this time's different, guys. This time's different. What's the Elias wife allegations? Apparently, he was talking with other women while they were together, and now they're getting a divorce. That was from her point of view. I think he said, no, that's untrue, but I don't know anything yet. Evloev Murphy, you could do that. Could do that. And then, because apparently Elia's wife had all the money in the relationship, now Elia's not training at his, like, multi-million-dollar facility anymore, so why do rapists always find Jesus after they find consent? Okay, man. Rapist is a, okay. Rapist is a big word to be throwing around right now. They want Lopez to win so they can do Lopez Yair at Noche 2026. Oh, you're fucking right, aren't you? I think you are. Would you rather the rapist not find Jesus at all? I don't know. Conor calls his own house the White House, yeah. No blacks allowed. No. I wasn't, like, big into politics, but was that, like, a thing in the U.S.? Was that, like, Obama, a black man in the White House? Would you look at that? I feel like that's, like, an excellent joke they could be making. That's an SNL tier joke. Conor versus the winner of Holloway Oliveira BMF at the White House. Winner fights for the lightweight title? No. They're just going to do Conor Chandler. Honestly, I'd like to see both men retire after that. Unless you want to do Chandler Alvarez 3, in which case I'd be very happy to do it. I'd be very happy to set that up. I would call Eddie Alvarez and I would say, Eddie, I will be your personal servant for a year if you somehow get the UFC to sign you on a one-fight deal. And he'd be like, sure, dude, I'm from Philadelphia. And I'd be like, yes, you are. I might cry when Volk walks out. Like, I'm from Atlanta. Yeah, one last time, yeah. Fuck. They called it the trap house when Obama was president. Okay, good to know. What, she really loaded? I think so. I think her family's very wealthy. Obama being the first brother at the White House was a thing. Okay, cool. Is there a betting option for the champ of featherweight to be Mexican by date? Easiest money ever if Lopez wins. Yeah. Yeah, but these rapists always find Jesus after they've outed. After they're outed, not after they do it. It's all PR. The whole situation took place years ago. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not an expert. All I'm going to say is the McGregor-Nikita hand thing was really real funky. There was some real funky things in that testimony. Respectfully, I don't think McGregor is yelling at her about, I'm going to choke you out like Khabib choked me out in the octagon in October, or whatever the fuck he said. That's a real quote that she said he said. I don't believe that. I think that's a bad quote. So that invalidates some of the things she's saying, but not all of it. Hashtag believe most women some of the time unless you don't want to. Do you think you can beat Chandler? Yes. I think Chandler can beat him too. That's what makes that fight good. I'm talking to Vamp, buddy. Cool your jets. Cool your jets, buddy. Volk is not retiring. He's going to call it Elia for a rematch at 155 and win. You're right. He is going to do that. True. Fine. Not retiring. No more retiring. He's back. He's back. Okay. Hour 7 minutes. We're still at 71 people. I mean, I might be silly to not. Civil court, not convicted, civilly liable of rape. They couldn't do a real court, dude. It wasn't a conviction. It was civilly liable for doing something. Believe some women most of the time, unless you don't want to. Yeah, wise words on it. What do you have tards as mods, Vamp? Which ones? Who? Justin? What's Justin up to? Justin's chill. Denmark's a little bit goofy, but he's not mean-spirited, so. Liable for damages in a civil suit. He was not criminally... I mean, if you have to be like, hey man, that wasn't a rape, that was like a technical rape. Fuck. It is still shit, but it is still shit, obviously. Tyler, what's your problem, man? No, Justin's the GOAT? Okay, we're good. We're fine. You know what? We're fine. Weird how some of you guys are making excuses for... Okay, we don't know. Civilly liable for rapes, like, enough for damages. Okay, it's weird. We're not making excuses for a rapist. We think she was also kind of weird. Marry me. Okay, guys. Oh, we're going to call it there. No more rape. Rape bad. Unequivocally, rape bad. All right, see you boys around. Maybe we'll stream later, too. I don't know. Bill Clinton was the first black president and a rapist. But it's not the first game. How do we untangle heavyweight? You got to start with Tom Gone and work backwards. Okay, well, Dialectic is simply giving his opinion, so it's fine. You're on our... You're only technically raped her. Finally getting around to that Fortnite download. Hell yeah! Whoa, we ended the stream. No blue ball me. I gotta eat pizza and watch Stranger Things. Leave me alone. What's good? How's it going, Denmark? Wow, he's finally back. How's it going, dude? We could have really used you when there was like 150 people in here. That would have been nice. What's the question? Gaethje's Make-A-Wish title shot? Yeah, the kid can get a shot. Who are we defending? Fuck. We're not, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it. UFC sucks now. Sport has gone backwards in the last 5 years. That's untrue. That is untrue. What's 150? What 150? I know we had 150 people in here because everybody's like, breaking news. Okay, it's bread and butter. No. We don't like that. We don't like that. That is not what you should be known for. Wasn't overly hectic. It was only one N-word tower. Is that what it's called? The N-word tower? That's crazy. No difference between KO and a TKO. Rape and technical rape are very different. Okay, no more. I mean, it's a little bit funny. No, John. What was the news? We'll say it one more time for the folks in the back. Gaethje Pimblett, interim championship. Lightweight. Harrison Nunes, women's bantamweight championship. 324. UFC 324, January 24th. I should preface with that. Paramount Plus, first card. O'Malley, Song Yadong. Waldo Cortez Acosta, quick turnaround. Derek Lewis. Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. Rose Namajunas, Alexa Grasso. And the other people, which are Umar Nurmagomedov, Davison Figueiredo. Modestas Bukauskas versus Nikita Krylov. Atiba Gauthier versus a Russian gentleman. On the card. UFC 325, which is January 31st. 1 week turnaround. In Australia, Sydney, I believe. Volk Lopez 2. Benil Dariush, Quillen Salkild. And Strickland Hernandez, maybe. Is there a single Canadian in all of history that you would pick to beat Derek Lewis in a UFC fight? We have quite a few serial killers. Maybe one of them. I don't know. They'd probably eat him. Wait, no, UFC fight. Hold on. They can't eat him. Wait, Nunes is on the card against Kayla Harrison. Isn't she fucking 40? What are we doing? Well, she's the only women's bantamweight with name value. So UFC 325 is McGregor versus the lawyer in the civil court. Okay. Vamp, real quick. Let's hear your initial picks for these fights. Pimblett. Oh, fuck. Pimblett, Harrison. I'm going to go O'Malley. Cortez Acosta, Gene Silva. Those are probably all the favorites, in fairness. We're going to go Grasso over Namajunas. Umar over Figgy, even though Figgy again has power, there's an option. Atiba Gauthier by murder. Bukauskas, because Krylov doesn't have a chin. I'm going to go with Volk against Diego Lopez again. Because I want to. I would pick Strickland against Hernandez. It's not a fight yet, but I would do it. I would rather Volk Max 4 than this BS. Okay, let's not. I don't think that's a good idea. And we're going Quillen Salkild over BSD. I think Hernandez is super underrated. I do too, but I think at this point in time, Strickland is also underrated, which is weird. But at some point, Benny's getting sacrificed. It's Quillen Salkild. They're killing him. They're dying. He's dead. O'Malley will chin Song in a round. I don't know about in a round. I think it's a 3-round decision, but have a good night, my heart. Yep, sure. Robert Picton would maul Lewis. Okay. All right. See you boys around. We ended with 50 people. That's phenomenal. A lot of people stuck around. We love it. See you boys around. Maybe we'll make a video on this. I don't know. Or we'll just let the live stream be. It'll be fine. All right.